Hey, what's up guys? I'm Paul the Tech Giant and welcome back to the channel. Now today you don't join me in my living room where I usually test out TVs. I'm actually in my kitchen where I'm just about to swap out the WELOCK on my back door for a WELOCK Smart Lock. So what we're doing in this video, we're getting the lock unpacked, look at all the contents, then I'll fit the lock to the door and then we'll run through all the various ways that you can unlock the lock. Right, let's first start off then by taking a quick look around the outside of the box and see how many times I actually say lock in this video. So this is the WELOCK Smart Lock U81 and we get an image there of the smart lock itself, and then it goes on to say about all the different ways that we can actually unlock the lock. So we have fingerprint unlock, password unlock, app unlock, so you're going to be able to unlock it using your phone, RFID card unlock, so that's like the cards that you get in your modern hotel rooms. You just tap it on the lock and then it unlocks. And then we have Wi-Fi box unlock, which means that you're going to be able to unlock the lock from pretty much anywhere. And then finally the mechanical key unlock. I know that sounds like a basic thing, but that could be very handy indeed. If something was to go wrong, you still got that as a backup. Right, let's now get this box open then and see what we have inside. And first off, we have what looks like our instruction manual. Yes, it is. Lifting off the protective foam, and then we have the actual lock itself. Nice and weighty, as you'd expect it to be for a lock. And yeah, the touchpad looks a lot smaller than what it does on the website. And well, that's what you want. You don't want a massive bulky thing on your door. We've got the fingerprint unlock there. We've got a turn thing going on. We've got the actual lock itself. We'll come to all that in a minute anyway when we install it. Then we have this little box here. So it looks like we've got another cover there to go over the end of that lock there. Looks like some sort of spacer going on. I'll be totally honest with you guys, I don't know anything about locks whatsoever. Got various screws and stuff going on in there. And yeah, looks like we've got those RFID tags. So, oh, 3 of those, so that's pretty good, not just one. Then we have our mechanical keys there. Like I said, very handy. Go and hide one of those under a plant pot somewhere. Don't let the thieves know that I told you that. And yeah, you've always got that as a backup to get in. Then we've got an Allen key there. And then finally, it looks like some spacers. Right, so first off, I need to remove the original Euro cylinder lock. So I need to remove this screw on the side just here. Now that's out, I can now remove the lock. There you go. That was pretty simple, to be fair. Next up, we got to get our smart lock and remove the rear handle with the supplied Allen key. Just like so. Now I've got to separate the front handle from the cylinder, so I need to just insert this Allen key through that hole all the way through and then unscrew. And there we go. Now I just need to insert this cylinder into the lock and line it up so the hole on there marries up with the hole in the door. And then reinsert the screw that we removed earlier. And that's that done. Next I have to fit the smart lock into the outside of the door like so. And then what we need to do is grab our Allen key again and reinsert it into the back of the cylinder lock and tighten up the screw that we removed earlier. And finally, we just have to refit the rear handle, again using the supplied Allen key. And you can adjust this to wherever you want. And that's it, all fitted. And I've got to say, that was so easy to do. I'm no lock expert whatsoever. And the instructions probably make it look a little bit more daunting than it actually is. But all in, that's probably like less than a 5-minute job. Now, in typical bloke fashion, when doing a job like this, I've got a few bits left over, but don't worry, I don't actually need these with my lock, because we've got this one here, which is a lock cylinder extension. So if your door's thicker, you can use that. And then also these plates, again, put those either side if your door is thicker, and that will take up the difference. I also have a few screws left over. Again, these are spare, so I've got one there, and that is the one that we screwed into the back of the handle to secure it. And then we have a spare one there for the battery cover. And talking of battery covers, we need to now insert some batteries. Now, at the bottom of the lock, we have a screw, and we get our Allen key. Just insert that into there, unscrew the screw. Once that is removed, we just pull down on either side, and that removes the battery compartment. And looking inside the battery compartment, we can see that it takes 4 AAA batteries. But just a shame that they're not actually included. So just bear that in mind. And probably stating the obvious, but once the batteries are fitted, it's just the reverse process again. Now, before we go any further, let's see if the basic functions of the lock actually work. So let's shut the door. And obviously that opens and closes fine. Let's push the handle up, turn the knob. Sounds like it's locked. Yep, so that's all good. Unlock again. Yeah, it's a win. Now, coming outside, what I'm going to do is see if the actual physical keys work. So at the moment, the door is unlocked. So what I'm going to do is remove this little rubber cover just there that helps protect the lock from getting rusty. Going to insert the key like so, turn that, that should be that. That is all locked up. Reinsert the key again, unlock. Yeah, another win. And whilst I'm out here, what I'm going to do is change out that blue rubber cover. Don't know why they've put a blue one on there, looks a bit naff. And I'm going to change it out for the black one. And there we go. Think that looks a lot better. Right, let's now test out unlocking the door with the keypad. So the door, as you can see, is unlocked. Just going to push the handle up like so. And it's in like a demo mode at the moment. So you've not got a proper pin set for yourself. It's just a default of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. As you can see, press any button, screen lights up. Press 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Press lock. That's now gone green. I'm going to turn that round to lock. Door is now locked, and as you can see, we can spin that. It does nothing at all. So again, pressing any button, entering 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, pressing unlock. Gone to green up top, and let's unlock that door. Yeah, all good. Next up, what we're going to do is test out one of the RFID cards. So once again, the door is unlocked, push a handle up. And what we're going to do is press any button, get the RFID card, hold it against the touchpad like so. It's gone green, going to lock that up. Give it a second. It's now gone white. Door is locked. That does nothing at all now. So let's try getting back in. Press any button, get our card. Hold it against the pad, it's gone green, unlock, and we are in. And don't forget, we actually get 3 of those. So handy if you lose one or just want to hand some out to other family members. Right, let's now test out the fingerprint reader. So once again, door is unlocked, push the handle up, any button. I'm going to put my thumb on that fingerprint reader. It's now gone green. I'm going to turn the lock. That's locked. Give it a second. There we go. We can now not get in. So pressing any button again. Lights up the display fingerprint reader. Put my thumb on it. It's gone green. Unlock. And we are in. Now, all the ways that I've shown you so far how to unlock the door electronically have been done with the lock in its factory test state, meaning that any fingerprint or any RFID card would unlock the lock. But it's a simple way to test out that it all works okay. So what I've done now, I've downloaded and installed the WELOCK app and created an admin account. I've then paired the lock to my account, and I've also gone ahead and changed the PIN code. And this now means that no fingerprints will currently work, nor any of the RFID tags. So we now need to get those set up and personalised to ourselves. So what we're going to do is first start off then by adding some fingerprints. So clicking on fingerprints on the app and entering a name. And then I'm going to do that as administrator and press on OK. And then any second on the lock, it's flashing green. So we're going to put a finger or thumb on that fingerprint reader, holding it down. There we go, that is all registered. So if we now just test that out, I'm going to press on any button. I'm going to put an incorrect finger on there first. No, that's no good. Put my thumb on there. There we go, that's all unlocked. And it is worth noting that you can add multiple fingerprints for one person or multiple people. Next, we're going to add one of the RFID cards. So let's check that it doesn't work first. So pressing any button, holding the card to the lock. No, that's a no. So again, if we get up the app, we can go straight into add card from the same page as add fingerprints. There we go, input a name again. And this time we do have a couple of options. So we can set period for card. So as you can see just there, we can set a time for it to start and for a time to end. But I'm not going to bother with that. I'm just going to set it like so. Press on OK. Now all we need to do is hold the card to the lock. And there we go. That is successful. So let's try first one of the cards that aren't registered. So pressing any button. No. That's a no. And grabbing one of the cards that we have registered. That's all good. Now, of course, one of the other ways that we can unlock the lock is by using the app itself. And all we have to do is press on this button at the bottom of the app. And there we go, it's unlocked. And we get a notification to tell us. So if you have set up for multiple users to use the lock, then you'll be notified of when they use it, which could be particularly handy if, say, you've got kids or you're using the lock on an Airbnb. Right, let's now take a look at some of the other features on the app. So we've got things like authorization management and add time limited. So if we click on that, now this again could be very handy indeed. Say you've got an Airbnb, so all you do is create a new passcode and you can set a start time and end time, meaning that if you've got, say, customers going into the property, that you can only grant them access from, say, 10 AM on a Monday morning, and then when they check out at 10 AM on Friday, then after that time, that passcode will no longer work. So I think that's a very handy feature indeed. Next, we have the option to delete that time-limited passcode. Then we can set up a temporary passcode, add a passcode, add card, add fingerprints, ID synchronization, delete ID. Then we have clear card. So if you've, say, dropped one of your RFID cards, you can't find it, then you can remove that. And then no worries about anyone getting into your property. Then we've got clear users, lock pin, lock delay. So again, on this, pretty handy. If you find that the lock is locking too fast, then you can change the amount of time before that lock will actually lock. Next, we have unlock history. So again, give you a nice timeline of all the comings and goings of anyone entering or leaving the property. Then we have sync record, sync time, and factory reset. And then right down there at the bottom, we have a battery percentage for the batteries inside the lock. Well, there we have it then, guys. What an amazing bit of kit. Love the fact that you've got so many ways to enter your property, bar kicking in the actual back door. I think there's no other way that I can think of how you can actually unlock a lock. And it's not only that, I love the way that you can actually set the time or date of when you can allow someone to use the lock or deny them access. And as I mentioned a couple of times in the videos, I think this lock could be very handy for those who own Airbnb properties, who want to make sure that the customers are only getting access to the property at the times permitted, and they're not being sneaky and coming back at a later date for a free stay. Now, if you do want to pick up one of these for yourselves, I'll put links in the description. But if you have enjoyed today's video, do us a favour and give me a thumbs up. Subscribe if you already haven't, and hopefully I'll be catching you guys on the next one. Bye for now.